Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome to my channel if you haven't been here. My name is Amanda, and today I am telling you guys a story about how I broke my fibia and tibia in my left leg. So I was skiing. Me and my boyfriend went skiing on January the 19th. Things went really well. I enjoyed it. I had a great time. I learned how to ski. I did great. I only fell like once. So that following week, on the 22nd of January, we went to a ski hill in Milton called Glen Eden. We went skiing, and let me show you this. If you see here, I don't think it's gonna focus. Okay, there you go. 4:44, here's us going up the hill, okay? 7 o'clock, I'm in the emergency room with a busted open leg. So essentially what happened, we went up the ski lift. I went down the hill once, and I fell really bad, and I actually cut open my thumb, and I was bleeding. Okay, whatever, fine. Like, I got up, we went on the ski hill again, and the second time when I went down the ski hill, it wasn't so successful. I was going like this, in and out, and I started freaking out, so I put my skis this way to try to slow down. I honestly don't remember much. I want to say I blacked out, but I didn't black out. I tried to stop, and I tried to slow down, so I was pizzaing, and my left leg got caught up on my right leg ski, and it just happened so fast. I didn't know it was broken at first until because I was on my back, and I stood up like this kinda, and yeah, my leg was like sideways, so my leg was under, and it was all twisted around, and my foot was the other way, and I just started screaming. I was screaming Evan's name so loud. I constantly was screaming, Evan, Evan, Evan. I was like, help me, somebody help me. And I was so lucky that a guy actually was just coming down and saw it all happen. And my skis didn't come off. They didn't detach. When you fall, your skis are supposed to detach, which prevents you from breaking your leg. So these skis were still stuck on me, and my leg was twisted under me sideways, and I couldn't move it because the skis were up to here. They were the size of me. So this guy saw it all happen, and I was like, please, 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 please help me. I was like, unattach my ski. So he unattached them for me, and we brought my leg in front of me so it could be matching my other leg. And he moved it. Basically, my foot was so floppy, it would just flop all over the place, so he moved it straight, and the ski boots are really heavy, so it helped it stay straight. And the whole time he was doing this, he was OF, 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 like swearing, saying the F word, because I think he knew it was bad too, so he actually stayed with me the whole time, and he held my back up and kept me up, and Evan had to come up the ski hill and see what was going on, and I think he knew it was kind of broken at that point too. So we waited for the Alpine people, like the EMS that work there, and they came and they saw my leg. I guess they were feeling to make sure there's no bones hanging out of my leg, and I was lucky because I didn't have that. I think it was the compound fracture. It was just a normal break, which was great. I was getting really lightheaded because at that moment I knew something was wrong. Like, it's really hard to go over this and relive it. Like, it's kind of emotional. Everything from my shin down, I couldn't feel. It was numb, like gone. Like, I couldn't feel it at all. It just started getting really numb, and I couldn't feel anything. So I just really focused on my breathing and focusing on what was going on, and I'm gonna stay here, I'm not gonna pass out. So yeah, it took them a while to figure out how they're gonna get me down the hill, but they brought one of these like ski dolly things up, and they basically put cardboard around my leg and just taped it so that they can keep it straight. They picked me up and dragged me into this bag and zipped it up, and it was pretty scary because, like, I'm kind of claustrophobic and I didn't know what's going on at this time, and so they told me it's going to be really bumpy and this is probably going to be the worst part, and they told me to hold on. So I was in this tiny little bag zipped up going down a ski hill and it was bumpy and it was painful, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god, like it was bad. So, and I had to get all the way, because this ski resort was huge, we had to get all the way to the front entrance area for where the EMS were, and I had to wait outside for the EMS for a while. And then they finally arrived and they took care of me. They brought me over to the hospital, and then in the hospital I did some x-rays, which I'll include here. So that's what it looked like when I originally broke it, and then what they did is they put me under for like 10 minutes, and I guess they realigned the bone, and then after that, they're like, oh yeah, you're not going home, like you need surgery. And then I started crying because, like, what's going on? Am I gonna be okay? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, they told me that I'm gonna need surgery and this and that. So I had to stay overnight. So it happened on the 22nd, and then the surgery happened on the 23rd. It was a later surgery. It happened around 4 o'clock. But they did the surgery, and obviously everything went well. Here's a picture of what it looks like now. So they put in a bar in my leg. They 4 screws, 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom. I stayed at the hospital for 4 days, and then I got to go home. I went home with my parents, and I stayed there for 2 weeks because they were taking care of me. I couldn't do anything. But honestly, you can do it if you're going through this. When I got home for the first week, I was crying and crying and constantly crying because I thought I could never use my leg again. It was so bad where I couldn't even, move my toes around or anything. Now I'm almost 4 weeks into the process, and things are getting a lot better. My knee is now at 90% movement, and same with my ankle. It's getting there. I do have a little bit of muscle atrophy, so I'm working with my physio just to get that rebuilt. I'm going to have a bunch of vlogs of me going through this in my process. So just subscribe and stay tuned for the rest of that. But yeah, that's how I broke my fibia and tibia in my left leg. Let me tell you guys, people are always telling me, is it painful? Is it painful? It really wasn't. It was initially scary when I first broke it because half my leg was numb and I couldn't feel my leg, and I wasn't sure what was going to happen with it. And I have anxiety, so I was freaking out about everything, putting everything in my head, like from the worst to like the most worst thing that could happen. But honestly, it never hurt. Getting out of surgery, I was never in an excruciating amount of pain. What I've been telling people is it just kind of feels like an elephant was sitting on my leg. Very numb and very, like, it's asleep, essentially. It felt like my leg was asleep. Now, what I'm feeling 3-4 weeks into after surgery, so recovery mode, I'm not in pain. It's discomfort for sure, because I just want to cross my legs, or I just want to sleep normal. I mean, I can kind of sleep normal now. I'm sleeping on my sides, which is great, but right now, no pain at all. I got off my pain meds 4 days after surgery. I'm just taking Tylenol extra strength if I need it, if worse comes to worse. The only thing that I do feel, I don't know if anyone else has had this. If you have, let me know in the comments down below. They didn't fix so my tibia has the pole in it, but they didn't fix my fibia. They said they don't need to, and they don't usually do it. So anytime I move my leg, I do feel it. Like, I feel the bone moving. Like, it's gross. I can feel it kind of, like, clicking and kind of moving around. So, like, that's kind of gross, but, like, other than that, that's the only thing that I'm complaining about. That and the muscle atrophy, it kind of sucks. I can't put my foot fully down yet. But, like I said, you guys can watch the vlogs for that. But, yeah, I'll get there. Just kind of trying to be positive about it now. I know, like, you get really depressed not being able to walk or do normal people things. I've been sitting in the house. Actually, Evan brought me out for a bit too. I hop up the stairs with the crutches, and then he carries me out to the truck. So at least I can like kind of get out a bit. I've gotten out maybe like 3 times of being here. I've been here for a week now. But yeah, that's my story on how I broke my leg. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And like I said, if you're going through the same thing as me, you're gonna get through it, I promise. It is pretty crappy, but you'll get through it. Just stay tuned to my vlogs, just watching how I recover, and I'll talk about more things there in depth. But yeah, thank you guys. Bye.